If you don't know where you are, you know where you are right now. Welcome back to the third eye, baby. Yeah, you know I'm your host with the mostest, hip-hop artist, crypto enthusiast, Indigo saying back with the third eye, baby. Let's go. I could have all of the money and go to the world, but there's things that I just can't afford. I could have Bitcoin and stocks and like 10 ETFs, plus things that I cannot afford. I cannot linger on things that I know I can change. If I can, then I'm changing them all. Why you're not chasing your dreams every day when you know you got problems that's barely being solved? Hey, welcome back to the third eye, baby. It's your boy Indigo Saint. Yeah, brand new theme music. How you feeling it? I know you feeling it. It's such a vibe. We're gonna be dropping that song a little later in September. In a few weeks, that song's gonna be out. So, just thought I'd come through and preview that before we get into today's episode. So we're gonna be talking about a project that I want to claim that I founded, but this is what happened. One of my fans hit me up on Instagram and they sent me this video. I'm about to play this video for you, but they basically sent me this video and they're like, "Yo, check this out." And actually, let's just watch the video and then I'll get into the backstory of that. Yeah.
Spotify's getting sued by the MLC for improper payments.
Listen.
This could spell trouble for the platform, and other tech companies are taking notice. Enter Tune FM is like a Web3 Spotify that's changing the game. Tune FM lets you upload your own music and get paid to listen to tunes. Artists earn a whopping $20 per 1,000 streams. Compare that to Spotify's tiny payout of just $4 if you're lucky. Most artists only see about 0.04 cents per 10 streams on Spotify. Tune FM also has its own currency, Jam tokens. You earn Jam tokens whether you're listening to music or if your music is being streamed. It's a win-win for artists and listeners alike. If you or someone you know is an artist, don't miss out. Check out Tune FM and start releasing your music there today. Join the music revolution.
Cool. So one of my fans sent me this video and they were like, "Yo, I think this is something that you should check out," and I'm so glad they did. I'm so glad they did because I wouldn't have known otherwise about Tune FM. And this is the incredible thing and the power of community is that I have people in my community who genuinely want to see me win. And because of that, they presented me an opportunity and something that I can talk about and something that I can talk about with you. And this potentially could be an opportunity for you too, right? Whether you're a musician, whether you're an investor, whether you're just into tech, I think this is something that's going to be worth your while. So we're going to get into this because, in that video, they said quite a lot of, a lot of things. They said a lot of things which are somewhat true for the most part. For sure, Spotify doesn't pay as much as they could. I don't want to use the word should. And it's the same across streaming platforms. Basically, artists are getting virtually nothing from music that they paid, in most cases, thousands of dollars for, just for the production and the creation of the music, and we kind of live in a society right now where the artist is the last person to get paid. Instagram models get paid way before artists get paid. Digital creators get paid before producers get paid, before before production is done. So ultimately, artists are right at the bottom of the funnel, and it's a big problem. So when I was looking at this company, and I'm like, wow, these guys are claiming to be trying to, they say they have solved it. They're saying that they've come up with a solution. And I was really genuinely hoping, I was like, oh my God, please not another music NFT company that's going to be like, oh, you can make your NFTs and you can sell these to your, you know what I'm saying? You can sell these to your fans, etc. I was like, please, something that's different. And you're going to be happy to find out that it actually is something that's different. So we're going to get into this presentation that I've created. There's many parts to it. Also, so this is probably going to be a series of videos, but I think just as an introduction to this company, the company is called Tune FM. And are they pioneering the music streaming revolution? Are they? Let's find out. Okay, so Tune FM basically is a platform that allows artists to receive fair compensation for their work. And how they're doing this is they're using a system called micropayments. They're using micropayments, right? And what micropayments are basically is the system in which, as soon as, this is what they say. They say every time the music gets played, the artist gets paid. So it almost works like a jukebox does, in the sense that for you to be able to listen, back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, when I was 35 years old, not seriously, but the way a jukebox would work is you insert your coins and then you select whatever vinyl you want to play, and then the vinyl plays, right? But then the song only plays after you pay, and so this is what these guys are doing, right? This is what Tune FM is doing. They're using a token called Jam Token, and this is what they're using for micropayments, and this is also what they're using for when artists sell exclusive content in the form of NFTs. So it's not purely just the streaming aspect that they provide. So in that sense, they've kind of created a dual system, in the sense that they have fungible tokens and they have non-fungible tokens, right? We're gonna get into the fungible token, which is the Jam token, right? Yeah, so they also offer a fungible token, which is the Jam token. I had a look at this a few days ago, and this is the current price of it. It's 4 zeros after the decimal. We're gonna get into the tokenomics of it probably in later videos, but I think just for an overlook, we're just gonna go through this content pretty quickly. If you want, you can pause the video and you can read the slides by yourself. But yeah, this is what they have. They have this Jam token, and its function is it's the primary currency basically within their application, and this is what enables the micropayments that I was talking about. So quite literally, every time the music plays, the artist gets paid. Is facts. I open an account with them, I'm gonna put a link to like a song that I uploaded on there, but I have an account now, and I was just scrolling through the application, scrolling through their website, and just trying to find like music that I thought would be interesting for me to listen to. And what's really cool is they give you free Jam tokens for you to experience the application, right? And they give you 1,000 Jam tokens. That's the equivalent. It's about 6 cents to the dollar. And yeah, and so I was on the application and I was like, oh, I really like this artist, looks interesting, seems interesting, and I just played their song. And as soon as I was done playing their song, I was like, oh, okay, I should probably, let me try and find something else to listen to. And then I remembered that they said every time a song plays, the artist gets paid. And I looked at my wallet in the app, and they're taking 4 cents out of that, in the equivalent of Jam. I mean, the song was about 3.5 minutes or something. So they took about 700 Jam tokens from me. 600 and something Jam tokens, 670 or something like that. But quite literally, when the song plays, the artist gets paid. So the Jam tokens move from my wallet to the artist's wallet is what I'm assuming, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty cool function of their application. This kind of solves, not kinda, it does solve like a big problem for, in the music industry, like just the way in which artists get paid. I mean, if you're an artist and you're listening to this right now, let me know in the comments how often you get paid from your music. I know royalties are normally paid out quarterly, so you have to wait 3 months for you to get paid for your music, right? And that's depending also on where your music was, whether your music is published and whether you have proper licensing on your music. Ultimately what I'm getting at is that you have to wait a significant amount of time before you get money into your hands, right? I mean, even if you're talking from your distributor, like your DistroKid or CD Baby. Actually, I can't talk on CD Baby or any of the other ones, but I mean, even from DistroKid, I mean, like the money is kind of held in escrow, right? So it's not like the money is available in my account directly, like where I can just be like, oh, okay, let me just move this into my account right now, right? It's not. I don't have the money until I request for a payment, and this is what they are solving, right? This is kind of like the inefficiencies that they're talking about in payment systems and revenue distribution inequalities and high transaction costs. I'm gonna talk a little more on that as well, about the transaction costs as well. Which is something that's really significant. I think is something that we should talk about before I get onto this slide. There's so many intermediaries in between the artist in between the your Spotify and the artist, right? So many people, so many other companies have to get their cuts before the artist is paid, and this is kind of why artists get paid fractions to the penny, right? Fractions of a penny. It's because of that. It's because there's so many other companies that are in between that have to get paid before. So Spotify will collect this huge amount of money or whatever, and then they'll pay out like all of the other people, the record labels, etc. You know what I mean? And then they're like, yeah, I guess it's Indigo Saints time now, and then they'll give me whatever it is that they believe they should give me, but this is kind of what's been going on for a very long time. And in the video that we watched earlier, the video that I played right at the beginning, this is what these guys were saying, that like Spotify is actually being sued by the MLC. If you don't know, the MLC is the Mechanical Licensing Corporation, and they collect what's called mechanical royalties. I'll get into that, but that in itself would need its own presentation. But yeah, we're just gonna move on with the presentation as is. This is a chart that I got from Statista, and this is the green part, right? The green part represents physical sales, okay, and you can see, I mean, like from in the early 2000s, from like before 2010, 2005 maybe, let's call it, there was a lot of physical sales. So you're talking like your CDs, your cassettes. I don't know who's old enough to remember cassettes, but CDs and cassettes, right, and tapes. That's what it was like. Those were the sales, and also a big part of why like why money wasn't being made digitally was because of Napster. I don't know if you remember that Napster saga, but as time, as time went, right, like if you just look from 2015, that's when the rise of streaming really came about, so like right now what we're undergoing is we're going kind of like a combustion in the music industry, where it's streaming that's bringing in the most amount of revenue, right? More than physical sales, more than downloads, and what they're calling others, whatever others is, you know what I'm saying? But it's streaming that's bringing about a significant amount of the revenue, as you can see from 2023, it was 28.6 billion. Now this stat on the side, if you've been reading that slide, this actually comes from Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone wrote an article on Tune FM and their efforts in what they're doing, and they said in 2017, musicians made only 12% of the $43 billion revenue in the music industry, right? And this disparity results in many artists seeking alternative ways to regain control and financial security. And I mean, 12% is mad, because what is the music industry without the music, right? It's the entire, the way that the music industry is set really right now, I think is a little upside down. It's very upside down. That isn't the way that things should be, but this is where we are. Yeah, and with the transaction bit, right? This is what I was like talking about earlier, about how ultimately it takes a minute and not an actual minute. I mean it in in urban lingo. It takes a while for you to get paid for your royalties, whether that's performance royalties, mechanical royalties, your streaming royalties. The reality of it is that you're going to have to wait, and this is what Tune FM is kind of solving. This is what Tune FM is solving. The tech that they're using also is like really, really cool. They're using Hedera. They're leveraging Hedera's token service to streamline operations, improve transaction speed, and reduce costs for artists. Right. So HTS actually, this is what facilitates when the music gets played, the artist gets paid. Right. This is the efficient tokenization. Right. This is the micropayment aspect of the application. Yeah, so ultimately, the HTS solution is a solution that's designed to simplify the issuance and management and transfer of both fungible and non-fungible tokens. Right. This is what provides secure and scalable public through a DLT, which is a distributed ledger. That meets the demands of modern digital assets in the music industry, and this is the part that I was talking about earlier, where artists should be able to get paid as soon as their content is consumed, right? I feel like that's only fair. So I think this is also what provides the solution in which now you can support your favorite artist directly. Another very cool aspect of like what these guys said, besides every time when the music gets played, the artist gets paid, is that they actually are paying significantly more than what Spotify is. As I was saying, like when I was on the website, when I was on the Tune FM website, and I was playing that artist song, the money that was in my wallet, yeah, sure. I mean, those were free tokens that I was given, right, by the application for signing up. But that was about 4 cents worth. And I only played the song once, And this is, it's groundbreaking. It's different. Groundbreaking. I mean, it's different. It's different, and I think it's impactful. It definitely gives me a reason. It gives me more to think about as far as like where I'm going to put my music next, and where I'm going to move my audience, and where I'm going to move my people, where I'm going to direct my fans to consume exclusive content, especially, or, ways or means in which like I might even start thinking about fundraising for like songs that I want to shoot, maybe say music videos for, or that I want to have a campaign for. Again, we'll talk about this in future in the videos that are going to follow. But this is what HTS does. This Hedera token system. They drastically reduce token transaction costs by over 98% compared to Ethereum smart contract fees, right? It's one of the many advantages of using HTS. I know some people who are watching this. I know some of you guys are invested in HBAR, right? That's Hedera, right? This is one of the companies that they are, I don't want to say supporting per se or are a partner of, but this is one of the companies that's using their DLT, pretty much. I think what's on this slide I've already spoken about, allowing for the creation of jam tokens for micropayments and NFTs for exclusive content, and just what this framework addresses, as far as like the industry challenges, removing those companies that I said Spotify has to pay. And that's not, I don't know about has to, but removing the companies that Spotify pays before they get to paying artists, and I think this is where we're going to start for today. And I'm gonna come back. Obviously, I'm gonna come back with some more, with some more content and probably show you the platform and how it works. For now, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Please check it out. It's a link to my song. So if you sign up and you go in your stream and you play my song, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get a little money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give me some pennies. You know what I'm saying? And I like money. Give it to me. But in all seriousness, I mean, do check out the platform, see if it's something that you might be interested in. Do you think this is something that you might consider, possibly maybe switching from Spotify to this platform? I do have some thoughts about it myself, but I guess just for introduction purposes, I think this would suffice for today. But yeah, that's Tune FM. That's just an intro on Tune FM, what they're about, what they do, and make sure if you haven't yet, please, a big subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Spotify. Hit the link, check out Tune FM. And hit the link, check out Tune FM, check out my song out on Tune FM specifically. And let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is this a project that you think you might be interested in? Do you think music NFTs are still a thing? Does this system of micropayments entice you to maybe invest in it? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But we're gonna wrap it up the same way we started it, baby. With a little bit of hype. This is how we say goodbye from now on. Oh, I got you. I could have all of the money and go to the world, but there's things that I just can't afford. I could have Bitcoin and stocks and like 10 ETFs, but there's things that I cannot afford. I cannot linger on things that I know I can change. If I can, then I'm changing them all. Why you're not chasing your dreams every day when you know you got problems that's barely being solved?